we serve. We are thankful to be back at this place again. You can be seated to worship God in spirit and in truth. And certainly I'm sure that the Lord has been good to you today. That despite all of the challenges that you've gone through today, you still made it through it. And you ought to give God praise, honor, and glory for that. I want to thank God for the kindness and the hospitality of Dr. Mack. We are just appreciative for him to have so much to yet be so humble. And we are appreciative for him. Let's celebrate him tonight. Come on, you can do better than that. That's right. Give it up for him. For he has gone beyond measure to make sure all of us are satisfied and make sure all of us are comfortable. And some people you just can't please. But,
Come on.
They have done it, haven't they? Give them another hand, will you? And then I want to thank God for the kindness of the president of this august body, of the Beaumont Ministers Union, President Shashan. I'm just so thankful. Such a distinguished gentleman, such a humble gentleman. Come on, let's give it up for him. Stand to your feet. This is our president. Come on. Come on, give him some love, will you? This is our president. Come on. Come on, give him a big hand. Chapter 5. Second Kings chapter 5. I want to commence the reading with verse 1. Now Naaman, captain of the host of the king of Syria, was a great man with his master, and honorable, because by him the Lord had given deliverance unto Syria. He was also a mighty man in valor, but he was a leper. The Syrians had gone out by companies and had brought away captive out of the land of Israel a little maid, and she waited on Naaman's wife. And she said unto her mistress, would God my Lord were the prophet that is in Samaria, for he would recover him of his leprosy. And one went in and told his Lord, saying, thus and thus said the maid that is of the land of Israel. And the king of Syria said, go, and I will send a letter unto the king of Israel. And he departed, and took with him 10 talents of silver, and 6,000 pieces of gold, and 10 changes of raiment. And he brought the letter to the king of Israel, saying, now when this letter is come unto thee, behold, I therewith sent Naaman my servant to thee, that thou mayest recover him of his leprosy. And it came to pass that when the king of Israel had read the letter, that he rent his clothes and said, am I God, to kill and to make alive, that this man doth send to me to recover a man of leprosy? Wherefore consider, I pray you, and see how he seeketh a quarrel against me. And it was so, when Elisha, the man of God, had heard that the king of Israel had rent his clothes, he sent to the king, saying, wherefore hast thou rent thy clothes? Let him come now to me, and he shall know that there's a prophet in Israel. Go to verse 10. And Elisha sent a messenger unto him, saying, go wash in Jordan 7 times, and thy flesh shall come again to thee, and thou shalt be clean. But this Naaman was wroth, went away and said, behold, I thought he would surely come out to me and stand and call on the name of the Lord his God, and strike his hand over the place and recover the leper?
Come on.
Are not Abana and Pharpar, rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Israel,
Come on.
that I may wash in them and be clean? So he turned away and went in rage. And one of his servants came near and spake unto him and said, My father, if the prophet had told you to do some great thing, would thou not have done it? How much rather then, when he said unto thee, Wash and be clean? And he went down and dipped himself 7 times in Jordan, according to the command of the Lord. And his flesh came unto him again like the flesh of a little child, and he was clean. God bless you. I want to talk about the challenge of wanting it. The challenge of wanting it.
All right. Come on.
The challenge of wanting it. Everybody in here wants something. I want Walmart.
Come on.
Everybody in here has a desire for something. It is intriguing and amazing as we open this text, this man's story, how we can be so great, but yet he has an attaching stigma that he can't get rid of. It's amazing how you can be so great, but yet this sickness or this situation of sorrow or suffering that you're dealing with, it eclipses all of your success statements. It's amazing.
Come on.
How you can have a list of 1,000 things that you've done positive, but that one negative can erase everything positive that's happened in your life. I come to preach to you tonight to tell you that the flaw that you have isn't final. I thank God for this man's story, because the sentence can be reconstructed to have the negative that's in your life erased. The text says Naaman was great. He was a mighty man of valor, but the text also says that he was a leper. And when you unveil what's underneath your uniform, what will we find? There's a lot of heartbreak, a lot of heartaches, a lot of scars that's in this room. We look good according to the uniform, the clothes that we're wearing now, but somebody can declare that underneath these clothes, I don't look like I do with my clothes on. There's some scars, some pain. My heart don't look like the smile on my face, because my heart has been broken, but my smile is trying to hide the pain. I'm preaching to somebody in this room that can declare that the inside don't look like the outside. The reality is, I've come to preach deliverance to you tonight to tell you that it's time to rid yourself of some of these issues, some of these situations, some of these people, some of the problems, some of the incidents, some of the illnesses that you've been holding for years, some stuff that's been holding you down, some stuff that's been holding you back. And you need to understand that no matter what it is, Naaman shows you that if you want it, it can be achieved and attained tonight. So I want to preach this story because it's time for you to take charge of your life. It's time for you to stop hiding behind your issue. It's time for you to stop hiding behind your pain. Naaman shows us that deliverance is still available. Hezekiah got rid of his issue. God gave him some extended time. The woman with the issue of blood got rid of her issue. And I could go on and on, but I want to stick with Naaman tonight because they show us in their story that what you live with, you don't have to lose with. They show us that whatever you got going on in your life, it never has to lead your life. Wouldn't it be nice, child of God, if everybody in the room would just admit, I got something in my life that I just can't shake. And I need to suggest to you that theologically, that when we look at this idea of leprosy, leprosy is synonymous to sin. There is no cure. When you read Leviticus chapter 13, you can clearly see the parallels of leprosy. Sin is deeper than the skin. You need to understand sin will spread, sin will defile, sin will isolate. Sin is only fit for the fire. And leprosy has been said that when you had leprosy, you had the stroke of God against you. Right. It's been said that when you had leprosy, that you had God's judgment against you. Why? Because have you ever taken time to look at a clear picture of a leper? Leprosy, first of all, will disfigure you because it is suggested that limbs and arms would fall off if you had leprosy. Leprosy is defiling because it had everything to do with non-purity, but you didn't have anything pure in your life. It will defile you. Leprosy will deaden you because it shows us that leprosy numbs the feeling. You can't feel anything. Leprosy will cause disassociation because the law would bound a leper to a certain place. He was in quarantine. He couldn't come around the clean people. Leprosy would change your declaration because every time you showed up, if you had leprosy, you had to open your mouth to the clean people to declare that I got an issue and you don't need to hang around me. Oh, child of God, as you sit comfortable in that seat tonight, you ought to thank God that you don't have to tell the person next to you what's really wrong with you. I can't hear you yet. I said you ought to thank God that you don't have to tell the people on your road the lies you told, the drinks that you had, the things that you did that you didn't call. You ought to thank God that the people are able to listen at you and look at you and they don't have to change their opinion of you because all they know is the church you. I thought somebody would get excited about grace right along with that. You ought to squeeze your neighbor's hand and say, thank God for his covering grace. Tell it like you mean it. Tell a neighbor, thank God for his covering grace. That neighbor ain't ready. Look at another neighbor on the other side that know that they've been covered and tell that neighbor on the other side, I'm thankful for his covering grace. Because if you really knew all the issues and all the stuff that I've done, you would probably bar me from the church. You would drag me out of here right now. But since you don't know my stuff and I don't know your stuff, why don't we just shout about the blood that's covered our sins? But he's also granting him a new purpose in life. And when you study this text, and I'll give you the outline, these Syrians, they were adulterers, they were oppressing God's people, but yet deliverance had come by the means of Naaman. But Naaman says God has been delivering his people. And so now he's going to be an ambassador for the true and living God, but God carries him through a process. And most of us, the only knowledge we have about Naaman is that he was told to dip in Jordan for 7 times. But child of God, I would like to dig in this process, and hopefully you're interested in this because maybe there's some Naaman in you that the Lord has been trying to deal with. I'm declaring this truth tonight because you've been desiring some stuff in life. You've been challenged by what's been challenging you. You want to make some changes in life, but you've been trying to do it on your own terms. So God sent me here tonight to declare this truth, to tell you that deliverance is possible, bouncing back is possible, getting healed is possible, making some changes in your life is possible, but you're going to have to do it according to the prescription that he's given for your life. And let me humbly suggest to you, what worked for your neighbor may not work for you. because some of you have been trying to duplicate what somebody else has been doing. But if I had time, Pharaoh would come in here and tell you that I tried to do what Moses did, but the reason I failed because I didn't have who Moses had. And maybe somebody's been trying to copy off your deliverance, but they don't have the God that you have. I'm still waiting on you. There have been people that's been hating on you. They've been trying to copy you. Sometimes, pastors, we get guilty of trying to copy somebody else's ministry, but we don't know the pain. We don't know the suffering. We don't know the tears that's been behind the scenes. We don't know the sweat and the work. I can't hear nobody here. You cannot get my success until you get a few little sweat from my brow. I can't hear nobody here. I'm going to say it one more time. You cannot have my success until you get some of my sweat. Look at your neighbor and tell him this didn't come easy. I had to pay a price. Don't just think blessings just fell out the sky on my lap. I had to pay a price to get what I have. I had to turn down some stuff to get what I have. Here it is. Three things I want to say to you tonight. When I look at Naaman, the text shows me, number one, he has a trying obstacle. Because he's a captain, but yet he's captive by a crisis. I'm the one that can declare your freedom, but I'm incarcerated. Because if I'm captain, I'm in charge. But I got something that's in charge of me. What do you do when you got so much power, but you're powerless?
What do you do, Reverend?
He has this trying obstacle. The text says he was the captain of the host of the king of Syria. You see, what I'm looking at in his life, he has faith and independence. He was a Gentile, but yet he was the commander of the army of an enemy nation. He was an adulterer. He was a worshiper of Rimnon, but yet Naaman was an enemy, but yet he also captured a little Jewish girl. Keep that in mind. It's going to be important in just a second. He was a leper that should have been isolated and left to die. These people, they were not familiar with the sovereign grace of God. So unlike Naaman, they were angry, but unlike Naaman, they did not humble themselves and trust the Lord. Can I suggest to you, child of God, what I like about it? He can declare that the Lord has been working, but I just didn't know it. Because the text says the Lord, even though he was a leper, had given deliverance unto Syria. I can't hear you yet. Can I suggest to you, child of God, you are upset at what the Lord has not done yet, but you need to go back and check your record that no matter what limitations are on your life, no matter what limits you're dealing with, the Lord has already been delivering you, but maybe your eyes are so closed you don't see it yet. He has his favorite deliverance, but can I suggest to you he has this frustrating illness because the text shows us that he has leprosy. King of Syria was Ben-Hadad II, but yet he's commander, this Naaman man, commander of the army. Naaman was the number 2 man in the nation, but he had the number 1 killer disease. Despite all that was over his head, underneath his uniform, still leprosy is there. He got something that only the power of God can heal him. Can I suggest to you, maybe that's where God is pushing you tonight, because you've been looking at other ways. You've been trying to find alternate routes to take. Sometimes God will put you in a situation that's only meant for God. But But see, the point that you're missing about this frustrating illness that he has is that he's trying to get God to heal him, but he's overlooking that he's already been kept, because you forgot what I said by way of introduction, that leprosy will disfigure you. Just the fact he's still able to walk and he's still got leprosy is enough to shout about. I'll wait on you, because maybe in your life you've been crying and you've been upset about what's happening, but God is waiting on you to shout about what didn't happen. Because the mere fact that he's a leper, he's not supposed to be walking. Can I get about 150 of y'all to open up your mouth and just start to shout about what didn't happen? Grab somebody by the hand and say, neighbor, I'm in here shouting tonight about what the Lord didn't allow to happen. Okay, that ain't the right neighbor. I wish you find you one more person and look them in the eye and say, neighbor, at least I'm walking. Because the disease and the dilemma demands that I should be able to move, but even with leprosy, I got enough strength in me to get up and go find me a solution. So the next time you seek to complain about some situation, you ought to declare to yourself, but at least I'm walking. Y'all still don't know how to shout about the grace of God? Let me say it again. If you had leprosy, it will disfigure you. Your limbs would fall off. Your arms would fall off. Your legs would fall off. But God kept him through the process until he was able to walk and find the right solution. I know what you're dealing with is hurting you, but you ought to shout tonight, at least I'm walking. I hear you, but man, I'm on a walker, I'm on a cane, at least I'm walking. I'm on crutches, at least I'm walking. I'm walking slow, at least I'm walking. Can I get about another 200 of you to join the other 150, and I'll be the extra one in the crowd to just open up your mouth and say, you know what, that man is right, at least I'm walking. Here it is. Let me press the accelerator. We got to go. The third thing about this trying obstacle, child of God, is that he has failing initiatives, because the text shows us that he wasn't just taking it, he was trying to get it to turn. Who am I preaching in here? You're trying, but it's not turning. He went to the king of Syria, no cure. Went to the king of Israel, no cure. Similar to sinners, think that they can get God, but they don't want to come by the church or the cross. Huh? People want to go to heaven, but they want to bypass the saving remedy of accepting Jesus the Christ. They want to change their life, but they don't want to give their life to Christ. They keep trying alternative routes. They think because I carry a fruit basket once a year at Thanksgiving to the nursing home, I'm going to heaven. And when you talk to some people in the streets, well, no, I don't go up there to the church, but I am a good person. You can't make it on your goodness. You got to make it on the laurels of what Jesus Christ did on Calvary. When I was in revival. Somebody holler, he died one Friday, but early the Thursday morning he got up with all power in his hand. You can't make it on your works. You can only make it on what Jesus did one Friday and got up Sunday morning with all power in his hand. You're trying, but it's not turning. And I'm preaching to somebody in this room tonight. You need some stuff to turn in your life. You need something to change in your life. And everything you've been trying, it's been failing, because God is trying to show you that you can't do it without me. You can't do it without my favor. I know you're trying, but it's not turning. obstacle and you declare that you want it, the second thing he'll do, child of God, that I see in the text according to verses 2 through 4, he'll test your openness. Simple message tonight. I'm just right through. You see, many of you want opportunities, but you're not open. That's just like a church calling a new pastor. Get him while he's young, but the members are not open to change. Will always remain the same, but our methods will have to be adjusted if we're going to catch 2017 fish. Touch your neighbor and say, you got to be open. Because maybe your tension tonight is that, child of God, you want it, but you want it on your terms. Come on, help me unpack this. I'm just talking about Buddy Jordan, that's all. Watch him, y'all. He thinks that he's done enough in his past that he deserves deliverance. That's all we hear in church. I've been a member of this church since 1973, and I laid the first brick, and my family did this, and my family did that, and nobody's going to move me. I was here when you got here, and I'll be here when you go. I just want to tell you who run this thing around here. Sorry, I should have preached this on Friday night. I got in trouble. They ain't gonna take me to Walmart. Y'all help me out. Some of you are missing the cue from God because you think you've done enough and God just ought to automatically bless you. He ought to automatically heal you. He ought to automatically deliver you. Look at the attitude of him. There's no grace. There's no humbleness in his desire. He got his own preferred personal prerequisites. He wanted healing, but he had some human hang-ups. And he needed to understand to get some stuff he never had, he had to be willing to do some stuff he's never done. And the reason you keep getting the same stuff because you keep doing the same thing. But sometimes God will call you out of he'll call you out of your comfortability. He'll get you to do some stuff you're not accustomed to. He'll get you to do some stuff that's foreign. He'll get you to do some stuff that's illogical. All right, I really don't have time for this one, but I'll give you one example. When David got ready to go fight Goliath, his instructions were sling, some stones, and that's all you need. I heard you. He need a sword. But when you fight God's way, you got to be open. Because here you are, a little short, pretty boy, and then you got a 9-foot giant. What is a slingshot going to do for a giant that's been a warrior from his youth? It depends on who told you to go fight. And I'm trying to preach to somebody here because that's been your challenge lately. God has been calling you to do some illogical stuff. He's been telling you to do some stuff that don't make sense. He's been telling you to turn down some opportunities that you've been waiting on. And you're saying that, God, this got to be the devil because this been the break that I've been waiting on. This been the opportunity that I've been waiting on. This been the door that I've been waiting on. And God says, no, not this door. It is. The reason I know he tests his openness because according to verse 2 and 3, he's reached by a survivor. Because remember I told you on the onset, he took a little Jewish slave. It was preordained that he would bring this Jewish girl into a Gentile home to be the handmaid to his wife. Because God will always see to it that what you need is there before you realize it's a need. Okay, you don't have it. You don't have it. You don't have it. This girl is a slave because of Naaman. But she says, I'm a survivor. Out of all you put me through, I'm going to be the one going to get you free. Y'all still don't have it. She's incarcerated physically, but she's independent spiritually. She trusted God. Okay, here's a lesson. Let me cut across the field. This is what I want you. Here's the revelation I want you to remember about being reached by a survivor. Y'all, she desired the best for Naaman, even though he designed the worst for her. You didn't hit me. Let me say it one more time. Shh. Hold on. Let me say it one more time. I don't want you to listen because I'm going to run on. She desired the best for Naaman, even though Naaman designed the worst for her. Okay, you didn't have it? Let me say it another way. Let me see. This is not in my notes, but let me try this one. Okay, give me a second. Okay. Here we go. Sometimes the one you hurt the most is going to be the one who's going to bless you. Okay, that's what I do. Shake your neighbor's hand and say, neighbor, you got to be open enough to let those you hurt be a blessing unto you. Nobody else had the answer, but this slave said there's a prophet in town, and if he can just get to the prophet. That's how I know you ain't open, because you want to cuss out the cusser, lie on the liar, backbite the backbiter, out ditch dig the ditch digger. Can I hear somebody here? You want to backstab the backstabber, but you got to hold your peace and realize that they are surviving all you put them through, because God's going to send you back before he takes you to the next level.